Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Johnny Vlogs. Today's episode is brought to you by new Patreon supporters, Maximum Brakes. Thank you so much, Maximum Brakes. Ben Edmonds, thank you, Ben. And finally, Carrie Bemis Hauser. Thank all three of you. It's awesome that you guys support me in that way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And just a quick shout out to all my other Patreon supporters. You guys rock. Thank you so much. So today we are looking into another recent ghost picture. That's right. This is a castle where the recent sighting supposedly occurred. And we're going to jump over to an article at belfastlive.co.uk. Is this the face of a ghost boy at Carrickfergus Castle? I hope I'm saying that right. You know, I'm Irish in terms of heritage, but I was actually born in America, so I might have the pronunciation a little wrong, but I believe it's Carrickfergus Castle. 49-year-old Heather was snapped at the window of a room in the castle. Returning to Northern Ireland for the first time in 46 years from Australia, Heather Weston wanted a few touristy snaps at Carrickfergus Castle, but she got a lot more than she bargained for. The 49-year-old was snapped by her mum, Lorena, in a room in the castle built in 1177, and to her right appears to be an image of a small boy. Now here is the picture. We can see her right here, and this little strange object does kind of look humanoid to me. You can make out a little bit of a face, what looks like two eye sockets, even a bit of a hairline in there. Definitely what could be shoulder structure. I think the height is a little strange compared to her. If you consider that it looks like her knees are about here, I would imagine her feet are about here. And this boy looks maybe a little bit too big for his feet to end there, but I don't know. That's my strictly unprofessional opinion. Heather told Belfast Live, "My mom took the picture, and right before she took it, my sister Sandra took a selfie without me in the window, and there was nothing there." So here is the picture of the selfie, and here is the same window, and I did try to confirm that with some of the multicolored bricks that we could see around it here. This pattern certainly matches this window. And one thing I did notice that I wanted to run by you guys is, of course, the first thing you think whenever a ghost picture like this comes up is reflections. And I'm pretty certain in this window I'm seeing reflections of the clouds. This next picture that her sister took, certainly, that's right, that's like certainly when you have an awesome new shirt on, certainly shows the reflections of the cloud cover that's going on here. As a matter of fact, you can see even in this smaller version of the window, the clouds are reflecting very strongly. But these objects, they look a bit rigid to be cloud formations to me. There's kind of hard edges around what I would consider to be the face of that. So I'm not positive that it's cloud formations. Now the other thing that occurred to me when I looked at this other picture is what else could be reflecting on this window. And if you consider that this is a castle, are there other structures? You know, a lot of castles that I've seen have multiple structures or different spires at different corners of where the perimeter is. Is there something like that going on in this case? Unfortunately, none of the photos provided from Belfast Live give us a wide enough look at the area. The only thing I can see is there's definitely a steeple out here, but that's not in the right position to be reflecting in that window. And other than that, the buildings don't look very tall. It looks like everything's pretty low out there. But I did do a little more digging and just brought up a Google map. And luckily, I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but on the satellite view of the map, there is a little icon with a little yellow man, and you can drag him, and there's certain places where you can drop him. Basically, if anyone has taken a picture there before, you're able to look at that same photo. So luckily, someone named Alan Welsh did a photo here in July of 2016, so this is a pretty recent photo. And here we can see the castle. Here we can see that the castle only has really that one main structure in terms of height, and we can verify that this window right here is the same window because the building bumps up against the wall that's closest to it here. and you can actually kind of see that there's a ridge along the building where it meets up with the kind of outer perimeter fence. And we can take a look at this and see, okay, well, based on which fence it's leaning on, this has to be that ridge right there, and this has to be that window. And you can also verify it by, there's another smaller kind of slotted window, which you can see in the other photo as well right here. So I'm pretty certain that this is the right side of the building. But now the big question, is there another structure out there that could be reflective? Because it really looks kind of squarish to me. That's why I was thinking it was going to be another part of the castle. Well, you can see here, there is certainly no other part of the castle that is at the right height to give a reflection, especially if you consider that that painted glass is probably in there pretty level. And if you look out to the right, there is nothing. There is literally no structure that could have been causing that reflection, at least in terms of it being a reflection from the outside. Now, is it possible that it's actually something inside the room that is maybe behind her? I mean, maybe there's some furniture in there. It could be a desk. Maybe it's a doorway or a hallway of some kind that we just can't see all of. Unfortunately, Google doesn't have a function yet where you can drop that little yellow man inside of a building. Boy, would that be cool. But I would love to see the room that this was taken from. And it's kind of a bummer that she didn't actually snap a picture of the room that she was in while she was there. And if they would have coupled that up with this new story, that would have really been helpful. But I don't know, bit of a mystery here. We have another ghostly photo, and this article came out just a few days ago, actually about a week ago now, August 1st, 2016. Unfortunately, I'm not planning on going to Ireland anytime soon. Otherwise, I'd do a little stop by like we did with the Stanley Hotel and that ghost photo that popped up. Was that earlier this year or late last year? But it is a certain question. That image is very compelling to me. It certainly looks like there's something in the room, possibly behind her. I don't know. What do you think? Is that a little boy looking out the window? If so, why is he looking out the window? I don't know. Maybe he's appreciating the view of the ocean out there. Well, here's where I turn it over to you guys. Let me know your theories. What do you think it is? Is that a ghost in the window? Is that some other kind of object? Maybe you can help identify it, do some kind of radical zooms, and adjust the picture in some way to show us. Anything like that would be awesome. Please drop it in the comments below. I'm looking forward to reading through those, and I hope you are all having a wonderful week so far. Thank you so much for spending a little time with me here on JohnnyVlogs, and I'll catch you on the next show on the Geek and Dorks channel. Take care.